This is Idobi Sessions Plus, where your favorite artists stop by to perform their songs live before sitting down with us for a chat. I'm Fish, and today our guest is Echosmith.
Just what the doctor ordered for me. You're one of a kind, yeah, I can barely believe it. It's like you were tailor-made for me. I don't even mind that I've been losing my sleep. So calm, so collected, more than natural selection. God knows I'm not gonna apologize for nothing. Call it what you want, more than just obsession. All I want is for you to hang around. If you're like fire, then I'm pouring gasoline. I just wanna hang around. If I'm like an earthquake, you see past the fold in me. I just wanna hang around. Your old soul is new for somebody like me. Heaven knows that I've been trying to come clean. Times are changing, but don't change a thing. Just like a daisy pushing through the concrete. So calm, so collected, more than natural selection. God knows I'm not gonna apologize for nothing. Call it what you want, more than just obsessive. All I want is for you to hang around. If you're like a fire, then I'm pouring gasoline. I just wanna hang around. If I'm like an earthquake, see past the fold in me. I just wanna hang around. Don't mind if I take the blue pill or the red pill. I know this effect is more than just placebo. Can't lie, sometimes I can be possessive. All I want is for you to hang around. If you're like a fire, then I'm pouring gasoline. I just wanna hang around. If I'm like an earthquake, see past the fold in me. I just wanna hang around. I just wanna hang around. Oh, I just wanna hang around.
That was Echosmith performing Hang Around here at the Idobi studio, and I am very stoked to have Sydney, Noah, and Graham in front of me
What up?
right now. How are you guys?
Hello, we're doing well.
Amazing. As Graham said yesterday, what's the word you used yesterday?
Excellent.
I'm excellent.
I
Wow.
love
Love
that. Ditto, jinx, all those words.
All of it.
But great to see you guys. The first time and last time we did an interview was Las Vegas 2014 on Warped Tour, and I was convinced you guys hated me after that till now. This very
It's
moment.
been too
You
long.
haven't called me
We said,
either.
listen, we're not doing an interview until we're in an air-conditioned room with fake plants everywhere.
Yeah.
That's it. Or real
Amazing.
plants, maybe. I shouldn't speak for them.
It's Hollywood, so anything is fake and also anything is real. I don't
is
exist
true.
right now. I'm an anomaly.
I mean,
Wow.
that's why we haven't seen you in so long.
Exactly.
Hard to pin down. When they got to hire the hologram to come in,
Yes.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
a whole ordeal.
And seeing you guys on Warped Tour in like 2013 and 2014,
Yep.
you guys skyrocket from being, I think you guys were on the Ernie Ball stage when you started, and
Yeah,
then
the
you ended
truck.
up, and then you ended up on main stage because you guys had a really big radio moment, which we'll get to in just a little bit, because you have a little special version of that song to play for us.
We
Can't wait for
do.
that. That was the last time I really saw you guys play live, and then obviously followed you guys online and would see all the songs come out, and just seeing the performance, I'm like, how did they get, well, obviously I know how, but you guys got even tighter and you were just so dialed in. You went from the stage I saw you on Warped Tour to controlling the Fonda in Hollywood.
Come on.
You're so sweet. I mean, honestly, just doing it for so long helps. I mean, of course, like you can practice on your own in your room and your rehearsal place, like, all that counts, but just being out there with a crowd so many nights in a row for so many years. I mean, since we saw you, 2013 Warped Tour was our very first like full length tour. So ever since then, we have just been playing so many shows. And for a while there, it was like a show, I mean, I don't know, 300 something shows a year, you know? So, I mean, just honestly being with people and being out there every night is just the best way to like hone in on your craft and be like, this works with the crowd, this doesn't. Okay, at least I tried it, you know? And it's fun to experiment because it's like every show is a new opportunity to try something new and maybe create some magic. Or maybe it's like, that was kind of weird, but it's a fun moment, you know? So it's fun to kind of just, I don't know, discover what we want to do with our show as we go.
That's awesome. So with that being said, I think it's a great time for you guys to perform Cool Kids, our version, which is Echosmith's version, a song which is about to be 10 years old, if not 10 years old.
Yeah, we recorded it 10 years ago and it came out 9 years ago. So it's kind of crazy, a decade of this song. Yeah. I know, it's making me feel old, but I was 15 when we wrote it. So, I mean, I guess I'm not old. I just can rent a car with no issues now, and that hurts.
And to give it up for everyone, the difference between the versions is you say cool adult now.
Can you imagine? That would not flow.
It's like the biggest troll of all time.
Cool.
That would be good.
Right?
Because people were like, oh, aren't you cool teens? They were saying that. And then now they're like, cool adults. And I'm like, that would not flow. I wish that I could be like the cool adults. Ugh. I literally wish I never said that. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll keep the kids. Maybe we'll add a section.
Perfect. Well, either way, I'm very excited for you guys to perform Cool Kids, our version, here at the idobi Studios. And then we'll be right back with Echosmith.
Walking in a straight line, that's not really her style. And they all got the same heartbeat, but hers is falling behind. Nothing in this world could ever bring them down. Yeah, they're invincible, and she's just in the background. She says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. He sees them talking with a big smile, but they haven't got a clue. Yeah, they're living a good life, can see what he is going through. They're driving fast cars, but they don't know where they're going. They're in the fast lane, living life without knowing. And he says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to get it. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. I thought I wanted to be cool like somebody else, but 10 years later I'm just a picture on the shelf. Memories in a haze, but I keep looking back. I keep seeing myself 'cause the ceiling's glass. After all this time, no, I can't lie, I was just another person that was screaming when they said, I wish that I could
That was Cool Kids, our version by Echosmith. And Sydney, Noah, and Graham are still in front of me right now. They have
Still
not
here.
left me like
Oh,
they
yes.
did last time.
Nope.
Yeah, like 7 or 8 or 9 years later,
Yeah,
we
we're
decided
here.
to stay
That's
for
right.
the whole interview at this time.
Perfect. I love that. So congratulations on Cool Kids, our version. And I really want to talk about not only the song, but the sound you guys had with the song, because this is kind of crazy to think about all these years later. You guys were pretty much ahead of the indie pop trend. Like Cool Kids might have been one of the first like indie pop songs that hit. Like I remember it around the same time as like American Authors, Pumped Up Kicks, and songs like that. But maybe I just heard you guys first, but in my opinion, you guys were a little ahead of it.
Wow, I feel good now. Yeah, I mean, I think, that song has always meant a lot to us, and it's been cool to see, like, even right now with the internet and TikTok and stuff and how it's blowing up again. It means a lot to a lot of people still. And that was kind of fun to talk about and then get in the studio and kind of play around with some sounds and think, like, yeah, like, if we were making Cool Kids now, what would that feel like? What would that sound like? What would we want to say? And that's what's really cool about Cool Kids Our Version. It's us kind of reinterpreting ourselves from the past.
That's awesome. And then with Cool Kids and everything, are you guys planning on recording any other older songs as well?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, you never know. Never say never. I mean, I think starting with Cool Kids is a great start because that song in particular doesn't have a bridge normally. It's just an instrumental part, which we always thought was fun, and it's fun to play live because usually that's where, I kind of address the crowd and tell them a little bit of my story of why I relate to the song and kind of bring them into that. But, this is one of the only songs that I think of from the past where I'm like, wait, maybe this song isn't finished yet. And maybe we do have more to say. And this is a song that we grew up with that makes the most sense to kind of like readdress and redo. But you never know in the future if there's more where I'm like, wait, this would be really fun to finish like and totally do differently, in the music way. And I don't know what's going to happen. But doing this was like such a, therapeutic experience actually.
That's awesome. And like I said, it was so far ahead of the curve that it's like, production wise, you don't really have to change that much because it was pretty current to 2022 still, which was really cool to see.
That's sweet. I appreciate that.
No
Thanks.
problem. And your last album,
Lonely
Yes.
Generation.
Yes, Lonely Generation. So with Lonely Generation, it was an evolution of the first record, Talking Dreams, but it wasn't exactly the same as it. But I feel like Hang Around really does kind of fall into the same realm of that. So kind of talk about over the last 10 years of having a very similar but evolved sound. It never has been like that's an Echosmith song. It's always been like, this makes sense why it's an Echosmith song, and it's just so consistent and so good each time.
I mean, I think that's what's cool about being a band versus just like a singer or whatever. Like we all are musicians. He's a musician. I'm a musician. Graham's a great musician. And so we obviously
mine? It's okay?
You're pretty good. It's, we're working. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, no. But, like because of that, like when we get in the studio and we're playing, like I think there's always going to be that like, I don't know, connectedness through all our music. And obviously, like, we all are wanting to try new things, experiment with new sounds and all that. But it's still the same people playing. And Echosmith is that. And that's what's been fun even now, like, making this new music and making Hang Around. It's, like, very retrospective and very introspective and trying to figure out, like, okay, why are we doing what we do and why have we always done music? Should we keep doing it? And the answer was, let's keep doing it. Obviously, we're still here. But because of those questions and because of those dialogues we got to have as a band and as a family, we got to dive even deeper into the why of what we do. And it's because we really believe in music and the way that it can care for other human beings and the way that it cares for us. And Hang Around is a cool example of that. And I think sonically, that's why you hear a bit of things that are old and, even playing with organic sounds, but then trying to manipulate them in ways to kind of throw them into the present or the future or whatever. And that's, I think Cool Kids in a way, we've done that same thing now. And it's a special experience and a very fun experiment as well.
I do have to say though, I do have to add, because he's not really going to say this about himself, but when we were first making music, we were a band for, I don't know how long when we put out the first album.
Very long.
Yeah.
We were
pretty
little
long time.
kids.
Yeah. But, we were just like always trying to hone in on our skills and like learn new things. But since our first album, I think that's happened even more where we've all like tried to grow and like, I took piano lessons and all this stuff, and Noah got really good at production. So what's really cool about Hang Around is like, he actually produced that, and we brought in our other brother Jamie, who's our original guitar player, to produce it with him. And I think that's why it feels so authentic to the first album too, in certain ways, but also a different version of it, because he wasn't producing it back then, but it's the same people, and we got to really just like dive into different parts of ourselves, and it just made for a really authentic, fun experience and very new for us.
It's awesome, and it's so authentic. It comes through in the music and everything. And something I want to ask about is, now that you guys are independent for your second time around, and now you've experienced everything you've experienced in the last 2 years, and you guys are a family, how awesome is it being able to create with your family, and just like, it's literally just a family experience. It's like, you always hear, yeah, the family's involved, but no, this is literally the family.
Yeah, and they're not just like my third cousin, these are my brothers. You can't get closer, I don't think, in blood than your siblings. I mean, it's such a special time right now, and it feels like we're really stepping into this new chapter with so much excitement and intention, because everything we've done in the past, we've been preparing all this music and getting all this ready for a year now, and everything feels really intentional and really special, and it feels like this is exactly where we need to be, and having the creative control has been awesome. I mean, we get to truly decide, like, who do we want making the single art, or what do we want to do for our photo shoot. Like, we get to be in these conversations, but also delegate where we need it, because we're not, I'm not a photographer, and I'm not like a professional video editor, but it's fun that we get to like throw out ideas.
TikTok though.
I've gone okay. Thank you.
She can edit on her phone pretty well.
I can like move the video over and do the little things, but like I can't do a whole video by myself. So it's cool to like surround ourselves by an amazing team that we get to hand select, but also just like let who we are shine in totally new ways, and just not really try anymore, and just instead be who we are instead, and let that shine through.
That's awesome. You guys are absolutely incredible. I'm so hyped for new music. I can't wait to hear more of it.
Yay.
And was there a connection between the I'm just a kid trend and the cool kids trend with kids?
What's funny? I was just thinking about that today. I know that happened first.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that, and I didn't even get a chance to like hop on it. But I remember thinking, oh, that's so cute. And I love seeing how people have like changed and evolved. And of course, there's certain things that are obvious. Like, obviously you've grown because you're not 5 years old anymore, and you're wearing makeup, because usually 5-year-olds don't wear makeup. But it's so cool to see like the deeper meaning behind that, which is what people do with cool kids. And I didn't start the cool kids trend. It was somebody on TikTok who just sped it up. And I'm like, is that me? I sound kind of like a chipmunk, but I'm down, whatever, because it's like, sped up. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I think people are just really connected to nostalgia right now, as we're all like, the world is opening up again, and people are stepping into maybe new careers, new life paths. And it's cool that it's giving people a chance to kind of look back and appreciate where they were at, but also really be grateful for their present moment, because you might have exactly what you dreamed of when you were a kid. And I know I feel that way in a lot of ways, and things look different than maybe, I could ever even come up with myself. And that's what's so beautiful about life. And I think these TikTok trends are actually a lot deeper than they appear.
I have a whole new perspective of TikTok now. I'm not going to look at it mindlessly. I'm going to pay attention and look at how my life is going.
Are you a TikTok spokesperson?
We'll send you the check later.
Yeah, promo code Echosmith at your final purchase at TikTok.
Yes.
For whatever you end up buying, some random gadget.
So now I have one final question for you. And you might have blown it the first time you answered it, but what is your favorite burrito shop in California? And we're going to tell the story behind that one.
Okay, so the reason he's asking me this is because I live in Encinitas, which is a wonderful beach town in San Diego, and I moved during COVID. It's only like an hour and a half away, so it's not like I'm like so far, but I'm also, it's a different place.
You're independent.
I'm such hashtag independent women. So I moved down there like 2 years ago, and I love it. Like, I'm walking or running at the beach almost every day, trying to catch a sunset if I'm home. And it's a great thing that inspires my music, right? So I'm on a walk with Graham. He's visiting for his birthday.
Yep.
And we walk by this coffee shop, Better Buzz.
Oh, best coffee shop
It's amazing.
in San Diego.
Thank you. Okay, that's
You're
good.
welcome.
I don't know why I said thank you. Like, I'm also not sponsored by them. But anyways, long story short, Graham's like, is that Tom DeLonge? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I know he lives here and he's awesome. And anyway, we end up saying hey, and it turns out we have like a bunch of mutual friends because Angel and Airwaves actually follows me on Twitter.
Do they really?
And they don't even follow that many people. They randomly follow Sydney, like my
Wow.
account. And I was like, I feel like because he follows me on Twitter, I have to say hi. And we probably have like mutual connections, so maybe I can get away with it. So I was like, hey, like, you know, we said hey, and the people he was with actually were like, oh yeah, you guys are Echosmith, how cool, I know this person, blah, blah, blah. We're chatting. He's super awesome, and we had a great conversation, and he ends it with, so what's your favorite taco shop? And I'm like, that's a big thing in San Diego. Like, where do you get your California burrito? And I'm like, this is like a lot of pressure. I don't want to screw this up. This is Tom DeLonge after all. I can't mess this up. So I'm kind of hesitant. And I say, Juanita's. Like, kind of like, should I take that back? And he's like, that's a great answer.
Wow.
And he totally like pumped me up. I think he said that he really liked it. He approved of my answer,
Okay,
so that
that's
must
good.
be one of his.
Yeah.
But he told me about another one that was like down the street and like
Okay.
by the gas station, and that's also great.
Yeah.
I think he was describing sombreros because I was actually just picturing it in my head when we went down there. They have
Yeah.
a whole blank like mural,
Oh my
and
gosh,
I just
yeah.
remembered it was right next to a gas station.
Funny.
Some of the best taco shops are by a gas station. Don't knock
yes.
it till you try it. So, anyways, it was great, and he approved of my answer, and I was like, okay, I made it. I think he said it like made me.
Okay,
I
so
don't know,
Juanita says your
higher
answer.
in his book. Yeah, Juanita's his bomb. But also, I will say, El Ranchito is actually up there as well. So,
I don't
if you
think
need a taco shop.
I don't think I've had that one.
That's also in Poway,
oh,
which
okay.
is where they're all from.
Got it. I'm a huge fan of Lucha Libre as well.
Ooh,
In Buena Park, I think it is.
Ooh, that's like kind of far.
Yeah,
it's
right
not
by
that
the-
far, but I
Yeah.
just like.
Okay. I think in Buena Park, on the way to
It's not that far.
Disneyland,
Oh,
stop
not Buena
there.
Park. That is near Disneyland. It's
Yeah.
by the observatory down in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I haven't been there. I'll check it out.
Oh, it's
Okay.
fire. There's
I
a
love
wrestling
it.
ring in
I'm
there.
so hungry now. Oh my
let's
gosh.
fight.
So with that
What's
being
up, Tom?
said, I think we should head out, grab some food. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the Idobi
course.
Studios, performing a brand new single, Hang Around, and also our version of Cool Kids, which is your version, not our collective version.
But you know, we're all part of it. Cool
Yes.
Kids is all of our song now. I
Exactly.
mean,
Look for me in the credits. Spotify. I'll be looking for my royalty
group
check.
vocals.
Thank you guys so much for coming by, and I can't wait to see you guys play some shows.
Thank you.
Thank you.